Welcome to my channel. This is a reading for Aquarius for February 2020, career and finance. I thought I would do this reading pretty straightforward, not really involving any clarifiers, just because I felt the reading was fairly straightforward. Definitely some positive things going on here, definitely some changes toward the end of the month, but all basically pretty positive and overall. But we'll start with the, this is the basic layout, and the cards toward the back are just general energy for the month of February, not specific to career and finance. Those cards really just more advice cards and things that just help you to guide you through the month. So starting with the Knight of Ariel, Knights again are just about directions, could be messages, news that's coming through basically. So this is telling, it can represent a person as well, but the Knight of Ariel is states there is so much to accomplish, make a very detailed plan, you're being watched over by someone kind. So maybe somebody has passed in your life, and this is really just a reiteration of that you're not alone, you are being guided intuitively. The Ace of Ariel, aces generally tend to welcome new opportunities and things that are about to happen that are upcoming. So new job, new promotion, anything along that line. And certainly that could be the case, just because I do see the Six of Wands in here, and that really speaks to that recognition as well for promotion and so on. But anyway, the Ace of Ariel states that it's your lucky day. New resources of money, time, or support, a change in job or promotion are coming through. So as I mentioned, that was also indicative of the cards for the layout here. There is also, and there's a lot of Knights in this reading. So just another side note, anytime there are a lot of Knights, when it's in relation to business and that kind of thing, if there are 3 or more Knights, and in this case, I do see 1, 2, well, actually, I guess it's just the 2 there. So because you have 2 Knights, in terms of business, it could be that you're working with people from the past, or that you're hiring an old friend. But either way, you're working with somebody, and as I say, it does speak to maybe a job change, or they're hiring you on. But either way, you're working with somebody that you've known before. The Five of Michael, this situation doesn't serve you. Release your attachment to the outcome. Consider taking a more uplifting approach. So maybe you're hanging on to the reins too tightly about making this change. It does speak to, being more open-minded, and certainly, seeing some of the other cards in here too with the Seven of Cups. This is also a card indicating that you have a lot of choices to make as well up ahead. And this is just really the beginning cards. But the world is to be open to new possibilities in all areas of your life. So again, the back cards are really just speaking to overall general energy and things to look forward to. So really, the overall general energy is to be open to change. And that you're resisting it in some level here, because the World card, as well as the Five of Michael, all of that is telling you just to keep an open mind and move ahead. And again, it could be just something that's coming through with a job promotion, but either way, it sounds like you're working with somebody from the past here. So starting out with the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords really speaks to a person. Queens are, somebody who is... The swords represent the mind, so basically anybody who is, it could be yourself, it could be another person around you. It does usually indicate somebody with a Libra, Virgo energy mindset, so it doesn't necessarily have to be you. It could be somebody that's around you, but it's somebody who is representing, a significant amount of influence over your life anyway. This does indicate somebody who's quite intuitive as well, so that could stand... it could refer to somebody who's a lawyer, or somebody who's a businesswoman, entrepreneurial in spirit. Maybe it's a friend who's an entrepreneur that's going to be hiring you for something. This person is quite straightforward, very upfront. This is really somebody, as I say, who's quite intuitive, but stands in her truth. Tells it like it is, and really expects the same from others. So it's from others. So it is a realistic. Kind of energy that's coming through. Somebody who's got a really lively intellect, somebody who's very, mentally active and shrewd and solves problems, quite quickly, that kind of thing. It is also somebody who's quite strong-willed. So again, it could be yourself, or it could be an energy that's around you. But it is followed by the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups does speak to an energy of, having a lot of choices, a lot of options, It could also indicate that you've got some indecision. You might be feeling overwhelmed with what you need to, to go ahead with. There is also sort of a secondary nature coming through here, that this could be someone you feel a little powerless around. So it might leave you feeling disorganized, or you feel that, you've got some kind of powerlessness in regards to this other person that might be, somehow overshadowing you, or making decisions, for you, something along that line. Not sure yet. We'll read further on. So, but basically, this is a card about just getting focused. So, either way, if you have a lot of choices, or if you're feeling a lot of anxiety, you need to get yourself refocused again. But it does speak to some kind of money coming through as well, with whatever this decision is, or whatever these choices are that you have to make. So, you might not have a full understanding of something to be able to make the decision, and maybe that's why there's a lot of, uncertainty about going forward. Some confusion, but maybe you're having to choose between whether it's an ambition, a motivation, a goal, that kind of thing, versus, going into, just a job that you might be recognized for, with an increase of pay, that kind of thing. But either way, it's some kind of decision there, and you do have choices. Good to have choices. So following that, again, is the Knight. And Knights, as I mentioned, are, and this is going forward into the future, especially because of the direction of the Knight, but the Knight of Pentacles speaks to an energy, of slow money coming through. So something is coming through, but again, it is really slow coming through, but it is something that is, moving ahead. Again, don't know how far, along that journey you're going to have to wait for this, because whatever it is, it's still in the very early stages of it. So this is again for the month of February, so I'm not thinking that you're going to receive this for February. I think it'll be something that plays out a little further out into the year. But anyway, the Knight does indicate that you are on a journey here to make some money, and that you might be feeling a sense of powerlessness again in that beginning part of the month. And the reason why I thought, like with the Fool energy following the card of the Knight of Pentacles being, again, a slow-moving energy, because the Knight, first off, does, if you're speaking to, or if we're looking at this person, if we're looking at this energy as a person, it is somebody who's hardworking and responsible and very determined. So it can be somebody who's even a little bit emotionally detached, a little reserved, that kind of thing, maybe a little more introverted, but very practical and material-minded. Somebody who you can count on and who's really good at getting a task done. So this could speak to your energy as well. But again, it's still, relative to money, it would be that money is still coming forward. But I still get that feeling that it's either you're moving for work and you're a little uncertain about whether or not to go ahead, or there's a sense of powerlessness, in making this decision because somebody else is interfering with the decision. You may quit one job and go for another one, or it could be a decision that you're having to make, it's based on a, because I don't feel, as I say, I should just throw in there that this person's not really a self-starter, so I don't really feel it's an entrepreneurial energy per se, but again, somebody who's definitely, quite logical and gets things done. So anyway, moving on to the Fool energy. The Fool energy is, about jumping in and taking a risk, and, just sort of letting things with a bit of a naive energy. So again, to me, that speaks to some kind of new job or something up and coming that you're just willing to take that risk. The Fool energy, as I say, is, somebody who's really spontaneous, but because it's coupled with the Knight, I don't think that that's really an energy of a person. I think it's more about the quest. So I feel it's letting go of worries and, finally being able to see the doors opening and moving forward through that door. And there's some courage that's required, but it does speak to there being potential here. And again, because it's slow moving energy in terms of the Knight with Pentacles, it could very well be that it's a new position that you're not quite sure about, and that you have to, build something around that area. But again, with the Fool energy, it's about that beginning and ending. So it's about jumping out there and, and just seeing what you can do, exploring your options. But coupled with the sun card definitely speaks to happiness in whatever this position will be for you. So, you know, it's also about communication. It's about being inspired. It's about, you know, the being, you know, it also illuminates, just on a side note, illuminates the star illuminates this card, but this is also being highlighted here. The three of the cards are success and happiness and teamwork and things working together. So it is about being confident in this new position, even though you're starting out as somebody who's quite naive in the role. You are feeling that there are some benefits, there are some, you know, fruits to bear from it. In terms of a career, I mean, it might be something that even relates around entertainment. It could be something that is, you know, requires energy, you know, bodybuilder or fitness or something along that line, entertainer, but something that requires a lot of energy from you. But again, good things are coming into your life with the Sun card. There is some public recognition, both here and as well with the Six of Wands. So again, I feel that you have a lot of potential in making this change. So this is all starting in the early months of February. So very, very good decision making, you know, that if you go ahead and walk through those doors. So again, with the Star card following the Sun, the Star card is also, as I say, it's a card that illuminates. It's a card of inspiration. It also is that card that's telling you that you've got success ahead, you know, that the divine is leading you forward into this happy place here as well. It's about having that motivation to go forward. Like, you're really feeling quite positive and motivated all around there. Just as I say, the very beginning, you're feeling a little bit of uncertainty and maybe a lack of, you know, powerlessness, that you're not really sure which direction to go, but you do make the decision somewhere further on, and then there is a happy change where you're actually able to make something work in terms of finance, because it's all positive there. So again, the Three of Cups, and again, it could even relate to, you know, things around like I would even say that there is something coming through even with money that's earlier on. So, you know, whatever this is, even though there's a slower start up with making that money, it sounds like you're going to know of what the money is that's coming through in the early months of February. But as far as the Three of Cups goes, cups definitely, you know, indicate there's emotion behind it, lots of happiness and team spirit, a lot of teamwork, because you're trusting in others with the Three of Cups. There's some kind of celebration taking place, maybe even a reunion of someone from the past. And as I said, because there was a reference to that in the cards in behind, that you might be working with somebody that you know, this could also speak to that celebration and that reunion. And basically, you're being well supported in this decision. So, you know, there are, again, fruits to bear showing up with this card as well, that you are getting some improvement in your finances. You know, I mean, it's definitely more than you expected to get anyway. But again, it may not show up right away as far as you know of the money in the beginning months of February because of your decision, but you don't know exactly how much is coming because it's a slower moving energy going through. So the Two of Wands, twos are about finding that balance. Wands are about the energy and taking the action. So the Two of Wands speaks to achievement. So, you know, you definitely, you've made the decision, you're feeling your own personal power, you're being recognized, you know, the divine is helping you, guiding you through this transition. You are about to receive some good news, and certainly whether it's career or new job, salary, there's some kind of bonus or perks that are going with this as well. But either way, it's also a card of telling you just to have a little patience. So even though, you know, money is coming through, it's not coming through necessarily in the month of February, just because you do have the Knight of Pentacles, slow moving energy. You've got the Two of Wands telling you to have some patience, but you are moving forward. That Two of Wands also can speak to some power struggles. And again, you know, maybe there was some kind of indifference with this person from the initial start of the energy, the Libra Virgo energy, that might be resisting or opposing your ideas about making this decision. But either way, twos are also about splitting power. So it's about, you know, or doubling in power. So it could be something that you're sharing with someone else, you know, to be successful. And again, maybe it's this person from the past that you are also sharing that degree of wealth with, by either they're hiring you or you're hiring them, or, you know, that somebody is, overall, someone is influencing you anyway, because with this card, again, that's also another card indicating that you're being influenced. Somebody's trying to exert their will over you. So don't know to what extent, other than when I see the Tower card. The Tower card following here indicates that there is some kind of resistance going on. So it's only a little blip in the end of February, though. It's not really making any significant impact in the reading, just because, as I say, I mean, towers can, can indicate that there is some problems. I wouldn't say it's danger, not given all of the rest of the cards being so positive, but just that there are some changes that are coming for sure. And that sometimes it can mean a physical relocation. I mean, there's a good chance of that, happening as well. But again, I believe that the career that you're talking about has something that requires a lot of energy from you. Maybe it's to do with, manufacturing, or, somebody who is involved with electrician, or something along that line too. But again, I do feel that this card is not super significant. Sometimes it can talk about insecurities or legal troubles, but I don't see any cards that indicate you're having some legal issues. So I really feel it's more about some kind of job change, because it does indicate problems that don't last. So again, it could be just insecurity in a particular area, which I feel, because this is career and finance, that's what it's relating to. So the next card following that is, following that bit of a disruption, is the Two of Cups. And Two of Cups, and I mean, if you look, both of the cards around this Tower moment is all about balance and finding, that sense of harmony. So the Two of Cups, again, speaks to finding that balance and being able to, being able to be strong amidst whatever that little Tower moment is. But again, the Two of Cups speaks to fairness and, again, relationships. So again, it could be a business relationship, it could be a friendship, and it could, again, be a new or an old relationship that's strengthened here. But it does speak to some kind of business deal. So I do feel that there's something coming through that is relating to, a business deal, either an employment contract, but you're teaming up with somebody for this situation, for this business situation. And again, that's toward the end of February, but it may move into a little bit toward March, but we'll see. So, and then following that is the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords speak to beginnings and endings. And I mean, the Ten of Swords it's more of an enlightenment card. It's just a turning point. So it's not like a literal death or anything like that here. You might feel a little like you're letting go of things, some kind of negative or toxic situation, or that you've got, something that you were insecure about anyway. I just feel that you're letting that go, and you're able to make a turn for the better, because following that is the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is definitely, about success and victory and finding that security. So again, sixes are, really about, just wanted to see if you had two sixes in there. Thought there were two, but I guess it's just the one. Usually when there's more than one in a reading, it does emphasize things. But again, you still have a lot of supporting cards to that victory, because they're all in the beginning here. But the sixes do speak to that inner peace, and that it's, cards of departure. So you're basically, moving ahead. You're able to make that change and flourish in it. So as I said, I mean, the Six of Wands is that victory card. It's about rewards coming. It's about you being talented, and some kind of good luck or fortune is coming your way. There'll be an increase financially for you up ahead. Could even indicate some kind of leadership role. As I said, I mean, it does indicate some kind of recognition that goes along with this job. It could even be related to sales of some sort, but there is some kind of go-getter, energetic kind of feel to it, either way. So anyway, you're in the spotlight. And because this is finished off with the Magician card, even more magnificent, because the Magician card means you manifested it. You have somehow put out to the, whether it's putting out to the world, to the universe, what you wanted, but either way, you made it happen in some way. So your intention was clear, the universe understood what you were saying, and you made it happen. You have the ability to realize your own potential and, create something to make it work in your favor. So you are using your intuition here as well, with this card. Definitely, it is a money card, you know, because we're doing career reading as well. It helps you it indicates that you're using the tools at your disposal. So anything with, you know, whatever skills or tools or education that you have or whatever talents, you know, this is all being used with this card. You have some kind of unlimited potential here. You know, it's whatever you choose to put into it. So again, it could be related to sales or, you know, fiber optics or public speaking, even communication. I don't see a lot around. There is the couple of cards of communication, but again, it definitely is something that you have manifested yourself. So you do have the ability to create your own destiny here with this card. So again, keep it up. February is looking really good. You are definitely focused on your goal, making it happen, and you have a victory. And some, you know, some person from your past is helping you along that way. So we'll look forward to what's happening in March.